טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. Let's hear your voices. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. שבת אחים גם יחד. שבת אחים גם יחד. Tonight, we bask in the warmth of this new experience. Just as God spoke the world into being, it is up to us to continue God's acts of creation each and every day, both the creation of the world and the cessation of work, the Sabbath. And so each week, we ensure that we create Shabbat. It is we who bring the energy to revive the feelings we so desperately seek. A feeling of warmth, a sense of calm, a time just to be, an opportunity to imagine all of the prayers that have existed in this starry, starry space. And a new moment to speak our own prayers into being. An LA Oneg? What is this Oneg? Oneg means joy. It's not just the joy that is when you go outside after services and have cookies. That's the Oneg too. Tonight, we aim to make our Sabbath prayers and songs the dessert. Sweet, fulfilling, and always wanting more. Each of us up here, grew up in our own ways with a burning Judaism inside, with a feeling that's hard to portray in words, but a magical sense that we feel when we play and when we sing. Tonight, we bring melodies that mean something to each of us. The Hine Matov that so many of us grew up singing in preschool. Anufros Aleinu that Danny grew up singing in Argentina. The Debbie Friedman Osei Shalom that Lorry and many of us grew up singing that shaped so many of our temple and camp experiences. So tonight I ask you, what gives you that feeling deep inside? What's the core memory of when you felt Jewish, or when you felt God, or when you felt like you were a part of a holy community? Was it a song? Was it playing with your father's talit? Was it a rabbi who helped define your view of this world? Or is this all new? Is it a melody that you hear? A prayer that recalls something for you? I hope that each of us can sit in this experience with no expectations and only a deep desire to let our senses do the work for us. Let our brains take a Sabbath as our souls eagerly find space to be revived. And so as we journey through this experience tonight, I ask you to reflect on just what it is that called you here, to be here today, to return to this space today, to say, good night, week, and ask yourself, how have you changed, although so many of our melodies of our tradition remain? May peace be upon us all. Shalom Aleichem. May peace be on us all. Page 20. May we all feel peace in the old and in the new. Please join me with Shalom Aleichem on page 20. I'm sorry. There we go. Shalom Aleichem, Malachi Asharet, Malachi Elyon, Mimelech, Malachi Amlachim, Akadosh Baruch Hu. Try with us. Shalom Aleichem, Malachi Asharet, Malachi Elyon, Mimelech, Malachi Amlachim, Akadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Malachi Asharet, Malachi Elyon, Mimelech, Malachi Amlachim, Akadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem Shalom, Malachi Ashalom, Malachi Elyon, Mimelech, Malachi Amlachim, Akadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem Shalom, Malachi Ashalom, Malachi Elyon, Mimelech, Malachi Amlachim, Akadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem Shalom, Malachi Ashalom, Malachi Elyon, Mimelech, Malachi Amlachim, Akadosh Baruch Hu. Verse 3. Bafuni l'shalom, Malachi Hashalom, Malachi Elyon, Mimelech, Malachi Amlachim, Akadosh Baruch Hu. Bafuni l'shalom, Malachi Hashalom, Malachi Elyon, Mimelech, Malachi Amlachim, Akadosh Baruch Hu. Bafuni l'shalom, Malachi Hashalom, Malachi Elyon, Mimelech, Malachi Amlachim, Akadosh Baruch Hu. Seidchem l'shalom, Malachi Hashalom, Malachi Elyon, Mimelech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Seidchem Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyonim, Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Seidchem Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, surprise some people, but I'd like to invite up two couples who will soon be married. I'd like to invite up Richard and Sylvia. I'd like to invite up Rebecca and Greg to light our Sabbath candles. And I want everyone to come. You don't have to walk very far. Right here. There's a torch there. Come on, Richard and Sylvia. This is the inaugural LA Oneg, to which you all have the honor of lighting the candles. How wonderful. So maybe there's the torch. Just make sure it's facing up. We're going to start with this melody by Natalie Young, Be the Light. Especially as we sit here today in a little more of a darkness, I'm reminded that we have to be the light. So we're going to sing Be the Light. We'll pause, and we'll do the candle blessings. But go ahead. Be the light, be the light inside the darkness, be the hope, burning bright into the night, be the voice, for those who cannot raise it, be the one who leads the way through the world's darkest day. Be the light, be the light, be the light. We take our hands. If you're Rabbi Aaron, you say, come Shabbat, come Shabbat, come Shabbat. Page 2 if you'd like the words. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. Be the light. Thank you guys, you can sit down. Be the light inside the darkness, the hope, burning bright into the night. Be the voice, for those who cannot raise it. Be the one who leads the way through the world's darkest days. Be the light. Be the light. Be the light. Ooh. Be the light. Shabbat lives. Shabbat lives within us like a heartbeat, which sometimes just has to be awoken. It's not only in the moment where we face the entrance and welcome the spirit of the Sabbath bride, It's in the moment when we invite the beauty of Shabbat to dwell in the depths of our heart. It's in the moment when we pause just enough to feel the beat in our chest, in our wrist, in our head. We pause, we listen, we feel. We welcome Shabbat within ourselves. L'chadodi, page 20. L'chadodi, likrat kala, pene Shabbat, nekabela. L'chadodi, likrat kala, pene Shabbat, nekabela. Like a heartbeat, sing with us. L'chadodi, likrat kala, pene Shabbat, nekabela. L'chadodi, likrat kala, pene Shabbat, nekabela. One more time, l'chadodi, l'chadodi, likrat kala, pene Shabbat, nekabela. L'chadodi, likrat kala, pene Shabbat, nekabela. Shabbat ezachor, v'dibur echad, ishiyanu elam yuchad, Adonai echad, u'shmo echad, l'shem tiferet, v'litila. L'chadodi, likrat kala, pene Shabbat, nekabela. L'chadodi, likrat kala, pene Shabbat, nekabela. Hitoreri, tiva oreh, humiori, shir dameri, kevod Adonai, alayim nigla. L'chadodi, likrat kala, pene Shabbat, nekabela. L'chadodi, likrat kala, pene Shabbat, nekabela. As I said, I ask everyone to rise. Don't face the entrance. Face yourself. Wherever you feel the Spirit, rise yourself. You could sit down, but ignite that Shabbat within you. Boi v'shalom, verse 9. Boi v'shalom, ateret bala, gam besimcha, u'sohola, tochem ulei, am segula, boi kara, boi kara. L'chadodi, stand up again, I realize. We've lit the candles. Yes, we've invited Shabbat into our souls. But do you feel ready to ignite yourself to pray? We now enter the Shema and its blessings. In the shadow of the Sabbath light, we light the fire within our souls as we prepare to say that we are ready to pray. We rise for Baruch Hu. Not only our call to prayer, but our call to action. Our prayer towards unity, our praise to God. Baruch Hu, page 28. Yai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai lai, yai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai lai, yai lai lai. Baruch et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. Be the light inside the darkness, be the hope, burning bright into the night, be the voice for those who cannot raise it, be the one who leads the way through the world's darkest days, be the light. Be the light, be the light. My heart is such a busy place. You may be seated. My heart is such a busy place. Ever a bustle with the comings and goings of emotions. How can I love God with all of my heart?
My soul darts about in a frantic pursuit of every dream that promises to fill it up. How can I love God with all my soul?
Many days I need all my strength just to manage the portion you put before me. How can I love God with all of my strength?
And how do I teach these words to my children?
When I'm stumbling over the syllables.
And how, God, do I talk of you along the way without boasting a feigned intimacy with you whom I hardly know?
God, when I reach out my hand, I almost touch you.
Help me to get out of my own way.
Adonai, let my soul soar above my room.
Let her dance on walls to songs of violins.
And leap rooftops to pages of poetry.
Praise a mountain, a breeze.
Let her transcend all the limits of my small life. We continue with Shema on page 34. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. Please join me on page 39. We're going to put a little more energy. I know we've been very soft and calm, but how can we remain soft and calm when we're about to sing our song of freedom? So speak with me first on page 39 in the indentations. In a world torn by violence and pain, a world far from wholeness and peace, give us the courage to say, Adonai, there is one God in heaven and earth. The high heavens declare your glory. May earth reveal your peace and love. From bondage in Egypt we were delivered. At Sinai we bound ourselves to your way. Inspired by prophets and instructed by Savior. Though our failings are many and our faults are great, it has been our great glory to bear witness to our God, keeping alive in dark ages your vision of a world redeemed. Then shall we rejoice as Israel did, singing the shores of the sea. Page 40. Yabba, ba, bim, bim, bam, yabba, ba, ba, bim, bam. Yabba, ba, bim, bim, bam, yabba, ba, ba, bim, bam. Yabba, ba, bim, bim, bam, yabba, ba, ba, bim, bam. Yabba, ba, bim, bim, bam, yabba, ba, ba, bim, bam. Bichamocha, ba'im Adonai. Bichamocha, ne'gam ha'kodesh. Norah tehila, oh, sefelet. Norah tehila, oh, sefelet. Ma'alechutecha, ra'u vanecha. Bokei hayam, lifnei Moshe u'Miriam. Ze'iyanu ve'amru, Adonai ilov le'olam va'ed. Yabba, ba, bim, bam, yabba, ba, ba, bim, bam. Yabba, ba, bim, bim, bam, yabba, ba, ba, bim, bam. Yabba, ba, bim, bim, bam, yabba, ba, ba, bim, bam. Yabba, ba, bim, bim, bam, yabba, ba, ba, bim, bam. Yabba, ba, bim, bim, bam, yabba, ba, ba, bim, bam. Yabba, ba, bim, bim, bam, yabba, ba, ba, bim, bam. Yabba, ba, bim, bim, bam, yabba, ba, ba, bim, bam. Yabba, ba, bim, bim, bam, yabba, ba, ba, bim, bam. Danny, share with us what brought you here today. Well, why you want to sing this next song.
Thank you. So it's very special to do Craig Taubman Hashkiveinu and then do the Ufros Aleinu. I grew up listening to, back in Argentina, my home country, we would sing Ufros Aleinu, and that's one of the melodies that I remember the most. And then coming here to Los Angeles and hear this beautiful melody by Craig, it's so special to be able to do both. So I'm very excited about it.
Just to give everyone a little background, I'm going to say it a little later, but we did sit down and go through what melodies do you think of when you think of being at home with Judaism? And we're going to start, as he said, with this Craig Taubman Hashkivenu, which I can tell you, many people tell me it is the original Hashkivenu. But I'm so it is me Sinai. It is. Somebody
From
told
Sinai.
me it is me Sinai. But when you hear this Ufros Aleinu, you will see, honestly, Danny's soul. So we are on page 42. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom v'hamidenu shomreinu lechayim Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom v'hamidenu shomreinu lechayim.
Fros aleinu sukkah shlomecha. Ufros aleinu sukkah shlomecha. Baruch atah Adonai apores sukkah shalom.
Everyone try it. Fros aleinu.
Aleinu sukkah shlomecha. Ufros aleinu sukkah shlomecha. Baruch atah Adonai haporei sukkah shalom. Aleinu be'akol amo Israel Yerushalayim Yerushalayim Yerushalayim. Amen. Fros aleinu sukkah shlomecha. Ufros aleinu sukkah shlomecha. Baruch atah Adonai haporei sukkah shalom. Aleinu be'akol amo Israel Yerushalayim Yerushalayim Yerushalayim.
At this point of the night, we're a close group, right? So I can let you in on a little secret, which is what just happened, actually. So we all talk about the melodies we grew up with. And I knew very well that we were planning on singing Craig Taubman's Hashkivenu. But it was so ingrained in my head to sing Yoshi's Wyback and Ken Tason's Hashkivenu that that's what we sang first. And these amazing musicians knew that I was singing the wrong one. I had no idea until I got to that. I was like, Hashkivenu. I was like, why am I, this is not the right one. But maybe we started a new tradition, which is to sing 3 Hashkivenu.
Why not? Yes.
That's how magic happens, right? But how gorgeous is that Ufros Aleinu? I mean, again, Ufros Aleinu means, spread a shelter of peace over us. And the first time, I think many of us hadn't heard that. We were just blown away with that beautiful piece. Okay, we're getting through this. In a moment, we're gonna continue. We'll be on page 46. There's a moment in time when you see a flash of light, or feel a slight wisp of wind, or notice a momentary pause, as if the world is holding its breath. And then suddenly, at that moment, your life comes into focus. And it is that very moment that beckons you to take a turn in the road and step on a path that leads you to truth of who you are. And in the moment, in the light, in the whisper of wind, in the pause, you have a choice that can change your life forever. You can choose to live, to really live, or to simply just get along. Today I say, choose to live. We rise for the Amidah on page 46. We'll take a few moments after we sing this together of private reflection And I ask you, as we've just come upon past the high holidays, how this year are you choosing to live? How this week, how are you choosing to live today, tomorrow, next week, next month? Continue to ask yourself this question. Adonai Zvatai Tivta Adonai Zvatai Tivta Ufi Yagid Teilatecha Ufi Yagid Teilatecha Adonai Zvatai Tivta Adonai Zvatai Tivta Ufi Yagid Teilatecha Ufi Take a few moments for silent prayer through page 62. When you're done, you can be seated. Page 57. We close the Amidah with this prayer where we ask that we might be worthy enough for our prayers to be heard, worthy enough for our prayers to be answered. I say, are we worthy enough? Do we value ourselves enough to be willing to ask the questions, to value ourselves? Retzei Adonai Eloheinu Be'amcha Yisrael Retzei Adonai Eloheinu Be'amcha
Adonai Eloheinu,
Ve'amcha Yisrael, Utehi leratzon tamid avodat Yisrael
Adonai Eloheinu,
Ve'amcha
Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Israel.
A few more times, just Adonai Eloheinu, Ve'amcha Yisrael. Just our voices one last time. Adonai Eloheinu, Ve'amcha Yisrael. We're going to move into our prayer of healing. And different than many weeks where we sing Debbie Friedman's version, this one's going to be a little bit new, actually. But I'm going to ask everyone as we start to play the music to say the names of those loved ones, those people in the world that need this extra prayer tonight. If you're online, please also write in those names. I'm looking at them, and I will try and read a few. But this is a new prayer for healing. Let's take a moment and think of all of those names. In a moment, I will take my hand across the room and ask for names. Any names, please? Charles Ehrenberg, Esther Batya, Donna Berg, John Claude Bertet, Lester Boxer, Eitan Chaim, Woody Clark, Iris and Gordon Cutler, Eliana Batsara, Judy Fenton, Erica Fernbach, Patty Goodman, Andy and Helene Hale, Lori Haynes, Jeremy Hutchings, Naomi Bat Chaim Ishai Ubrana, Kathy Javor, Dora Kamara, Sis Klein, Russell Kunk, Sheila Merowitz, Ofer Nissenbaum, Warren Roston, Taylor Rubin, Jessica Schulman Rana, Lindy Sobel, Marvin Sobel, Alan Tamir, Harav Aharona Bat Svia Yosef, Paula Warner, Pesel Bat Gittel Lechel, Sonia Ann Weggy, Yehudit Bat Nechama v'Mordechai, Howard Zellico. Robin Lunato, everyone imprisoned or fighting for their basic human rights in Iran. Let's give one more moment. El na refana lanu, for all of us, for him, for her, for us. Try it with me. El na refana lanu, a complete healing for all of us. El na refana lanu. One last time. El na refana lanu. Dear God of our ancestors, help us renew our faith.
Help us renew our faith.
Grant us the perfect healing.
Grant us the perfect healing.
Bring peace to all our days.
Bring peace to all our days.
El na refana lanu. El na refana lanu. Restore our strength of body.
Our strength of body.
Help clarify our minds.
Help clarify our minds.
Refresh our tired spirits.
Refresh our tired spirits.
Rejuvenate our life.
Rejuvenate our
El na refana lanu. El na refana lanu. Thank you for all those blessings.
Thank you for all those blessings.
Throughout our days and nights,
Throughout our days and nights,
we celebrate our journey,
we celebrate our journey.
this precious gift of life.
This precious
El na refana lanu. El na refana lanu. El na refana lanu. El na refana lanu. We move from that place of healing to remembering those who we've lost along the way. So tonight, I know we're heading towards the end, we say Kaddish. And I ask each of those here, first, if you are here during a period of Shiva for a parent, the first 7 days, please rise and say their name. If you're in a period of shloshim, please rise. Say their names.
Rachel Franco. Clement Franco.
Rachel and If you're here within a year or for the Yort site for the yearly memorial, please rise and share the names with me. We also, thank you. I believe if you are at home, you will see names on the screen. See, Dan, if you can give me a little thumbs up there. Great. We also remember Norma Glickman, Philip Rubin, Ruben Franco, and Charles Burke. And Mina Sobel, Paul Minsky, and Jess Quartz. See if there are anyone online. Lenny Dinoff. Lavian, Lois Lebman, Rita Newman, Audrey Judith Bennis, Lupe Diaz. We rise and turn to page 294 for Kaddish Yatom. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, ve'alma divrach yutei ve'amlich malchutei, ve'chayechon u'yomechon u'v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, v'agala u'vizman kari v'imru, amen. Yehei shmei rabbah v'barach le'olam alomei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei d'kudashah, Leila, min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, damiran be'alma v'imru, amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru, amen. Osei shalom b'imromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru, amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us and to all of Israel. And we say, amen. Amen. You may be seated. I really promised that we would keep this under an hour. We're almost there. But first of all, before we kind of have some concluding words, I want to thank everyone for stepping out and coming today for this new experience. I think that will be every third Friday of the month. I can't, now I'm in my 8th year here, and to be able to realize that we can continue to create and to work with new people and people that feels like we've been working together is such a blessing. And for you to show up and to trust in this prayer experience really does mean the world to us. And so I want to say thank you to Noam Israeli, to Lorry Black, to Jenni Asher, and to Daniel Raijman for bringing their full souls to life today for all of us to uplift our prayers. And we hope that everyone here had a prayerful experience. And next month, on the third Friday, you'll invite a friend. And we'll schmooze after this a little bit if you're not too tired. That being said, so tomorrow, as we stand in front of these Torahs, what happens? We begin again. Tomorrow, we literally start the Torah from the very beginning, Bereshit. I loved this week when I showed the Torah to so many kids, and they said, that giant bet is the beginning of the Torah, with just magic in their eyes. And that is God to me, because why do they know, why are they so excited about the beginning of the Torah? Except for the fact that we've told them to be excited, right? I mean, but they are, so we have to keep telling people to be excited about the Torah. So in this Torah portion, Bereshit, God created the world. There was darkness, and there was light, and it was good. So when this amazing group of musicians, when we first came together, this is going to be kind of ironic in a sanctuary, but the world was our oyster. Did you just get that? Yeah, oyster, okay. Would we create new music together? Would we come up with what our favorite melodies were? Would we write new music? What would this new experience be? And as we jammed, I wanted to simply see where this collaboration would take us. So we started with something everyone knew, Hine Matov. And as Danny started strumming and Jenni started improvising and Lorry started, at that point he was playing percussion. We've grown here and now we have Noam. But as they all started playing, I felt this longing sense of home. Home for me meant sitting in this very sanctuary. And it meant sitting on the Bema lawn at Camp Swig. It meant returning to melodies that unite the Jewish people because they're common, because they're popular. But now, with these unbelievable, magical creators, it sounded different. You can keep playing. I mean, that's so moving. It was as if everything I could have dreamed of was coming alive in picturesque music notes floating above. And that is where we sat and said, dramatic pause, what happens when familiar melodies grow up? It says that on the poster. All of us here, we grew up. But this quiet voice inside of us remains. The melodies of our childhood and each of our beginnings of Judaism are placed deeply in our hearts. Oneg is a journey. You each who have showed up today are an integral part of this experience. So let us know your thoughts. What resonated? What melodies did you hope to hear? What made you feel good? What evokes your deepest memories? There's so much more to explore. But for now, as we close this service, I'll take some artistic license to take a melody that is deeply ingrained in my childhood and in my family to slowly bring down the walls and expose at my core Judaism and God at its most authentic. Oh, heart of mine, lost and find, my home is somewhere near and sometimes far. It's always changing. Next month, I'll have the words for you. Together, let us find home. Together, let us find love. Together, let us find Shabbat. And together, let us sing. Lost and find my home is sometimes near and sometimes far. It's always changing. Oh, heart of mine, take the time to feel the sadness. Love is always near. It seems they go together. The walls are coming down and down and down. Life is going round and round and round, and love it will be found and found and found. It's all inside of you. Oh, moon of mine, to see you shine is like as if to wish upon a star. I'm so glad to see you. Oh, moon of mine, the night is time for love and wonder spread across the sky. What would we do The walls are coming down and down and down. You guys can learn this. And love is going round and round and round. And love it will be found and found and found. It's all inside of you. All inside of you. Oh, friend of mine, eyes that shine and help me feel that I am not alone. How can I ever thank you? Oh, friend of mine, space nor time will break the bond that holds my heart with yours. I'll always love you. The walls are coming. The walls are coming down and down and down. And life is going. Life is round, round and round. And love it will be found. Love it will be found and found. And it's all inside of you. It's all inside of you. Let's try that a chorus again. Hold on, here we go. The walls are coming down and down, and life is going round. Life is going round and round, and love it will be found, and love it will be found and found and found. It's all inside of you. Shabbat shalom. Baruch atah b'voecha, baruch atah b'tzeitecha. May you, well, you were blessed as you came in this space. May you be blessed as you leave. So grateful. Shabbat shalom. Todah rabbah. You can play it. Feel free to keep singing. There's a jam. Oh, say shalom v'brama.
יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל